We're back for our daily NBA predictions here on the channel. We have 12 games in the association today, so we've got a lot to go over because there's one game tomorrow. There's one game on Monday. It is between the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. Now, we will still come on tomorrow and make a video for that one game. I'll talk about that game. We'll take an extended look into Raptors and Knicks on Monday, but then we'll also go over, I guess, the current state of the NBA. We'll look at the standings and we'll break down some stuff. So there will be a daily NBA video tomorrow, but again, with just the one game with the Knicks and the Raptors. And then on Tuesday, of course, you get the in-season tournament knockout round on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll see again how the week goes. But yes, there will be a video tomorrow, even though there's only one game between the Knicks and the Raptors. We'll figure out some other stuff to do, though, in that video. We'll talk some basketball, unrelated to the predictions, but obviously still make a prediction with the Raptors and the Knicks. But today, yeah, there's 12 games. So there's a lot to go over. We're going to go over it, fairly quickly, but every time I say a video is going to be quick, it's going to go. Like, this video is still going to be 30 minutes long, so who am I kidding? Anyways, let's get into it, folks. We also posted our college basketball predictions an hour ago, so make sure to check that video out. Go make sure to check out our NFL predictions. That, again, the games are on literally in an hour, so make sure you check that video out. And then also make sure to go check out our 20,000 subscriber special. So look, I'll do the point in the smile too. Yeah, great. Anyways, yeah, this video is on the channel, so go check it out. Why do I tell you to do this? Because there's a giveaway for this. So make sure again to enter the giveaway for the 20,000 subscribers giveaway. Obviously, it's $100 we're giving away. It's completely free. So you got to subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and then you got to follow us on Instagram. It is completely free to enter the giveaway. So again, there's no reason not to. Just do it. All you gotta do, again, follow Greedo Plays by T on Instagram. It is the first link in the description down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get in now to our predictions. We start things off with the Philadelphia 76ers going to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bulls. We like the Philadelphia 76ers. Chicago just lost to the Indiana Pacers, which I don't know where to put that really, because I think the Pacers are back, but I say the Pacers are back every single video. So honestly, take that with a grain of salt. Philadelphia coming off a win over Orlando. I know Orlando's now going to start to go because Franz Wagner is out, and we'll get to the Magic more in depth in a second. But I want to believe in the Sixers. I've been trying to believe in this team all season long. They're 6-15. They are the third worst team in the Eastern Conference right now, which is really difficult to do considering how bad that conference is. And the Bulls right now are in a play-in spot. They're 10-14. Again, though, I say it every video, Chicago doesn't play defense. The Pacers finally had an offensive output type game like we needed them to last time out against the Bulls, putting up 135 points. Anyways, sorry, I just got to pop a bad looking at ESPN, and I kid you not, I'm not even gonna say what it is. This is ridiculous. Why am I why is Temu advertising this? Regardless. For the Bulls, right, Patrick Williams still injured. I always say this about Chicago. He's the only guy on this team that actually plays defense, so that makes it really difficult on them to win basketball games. Lonzo Ball too, but Lonzo's obviously still out, so what's gonna happen. Philadelphia, we love Jared McCain, of course, rookie of the year. It's it's undebatable at this point. Tyrese Maxey doing his thing. Paul George slowly kind of figuring it out. Joel Embiid, obviously, I don't think he's playing today, just because this guy's just, I don't know, he's not going to be eligible to win awards this year again, so it is what it is. Give me Philadelphia, though, to go on the road and beat Chicago. Right now, Philadelphia is playing like the better team, and the Bulls don't play defense, and the Sixers can't actually score. So give me Philadelphia to win. Again, Philly's going to end up in the play-in this season. You just got to give them a little bit of time. We're only 21 games into the year, guys. We've got a lot of time left in the season. Next up, we go on to Brooklyn. We've got the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. I get it again. Brooklyn's been my team all season long, that I've told you guys, watch out for Brooklyn. I said at the beginning of the year, yeah, they had Devil Magic. I don't know I think that the Devil Magic's gone on to the Los Angeles Clippers, I think. But when I bet on the Clippers, obviously it doesn't go out that way, but it is what it is. For the Bucks, or for the Nets, again, they are a sneaky, really good team. They are dealing with injuries. Obviously, that injury is Cam Thomas, but their bench is lacking too, with the Zaire Williams out, with Noah Clowney out. Obviously, again, you still got the guys, manning the starting lineup. We're talking about Dennis Schroeder. We're talking about Cameron Johnson. Those guys can get it done. But we do like the Bucks in this game. I've been saying it all year long with Milwaukee. This team is only going to get better when Chris Middleton gets back, and Chris Middleton is back right now. I know they lost to Boston in their last game. They covered the spread like we told you they're going to. Now they're going to start to win some basketball games. Milwaukee's 11-11. For the start they had, for the injuries that they had, with Dame getting the concussion, with everything they dealt with, 11-11 is not horrible, because again, it puts them as 7th right now in the Eastern Conference. And there's a huge gap between the top 7 teams and everybody else right now. Here are the gaps right now in the Eastern Conference, all right? Cavs, Celtics, gap, because just record-wise. Cavs, Celtics, gap. Magic, Knicks, Hawks, Heat, Bucks, gap. Nets, Pacers, Bulls, Pistons, gap. Raptors, Sixers, Hornets, gap. Wizards, but the Wizards just beat the Nuggets, so I don't know what to say. This league is weird. Give me Milwaukee. Middleton's back. The Nets have no Cam Thomas, and Milwaukee again. They haven't gotten a victory yet with Middleton. Obviously, he's only played one game, but it's time that the Bucks start winning some basketball games. So give me Milwaukee. And here are our guys from good old Indiana. We're talking about the Indiana Pacers. I think they're back, guys. I know I'm saying they're back after they lost 4 of 5, but they win on the road against the Bulls. If I've learned anything about the Indiana Pacers this season is that they are 10 times the team at home than they are on the road. And they get to play the Charlotte Hornets, a team without LaMelo Ball, a team that is literally requiring Brandon Miller to do everything. Miles Bridges is still out. Trey Mann is out off the bench. Tijan Saluan is out as well. Okay, if the Pacers don't blow this team out, there's something wrong. Now, Indiana always kind of struggles to beat teams and blow them out. Like, they'll win the game undoubtedly. Sometimes Indiana has trouble, like, again, fully putting the ass whipping on a team. But I think, again, if it's ever going to happen, it's going to be this type of game. Indiana in this, 5 o'clock start on the East Coast. It's an earlier start for them. I think they should be able to be really successful in this spot. We love Tyrese Halliburton here on the channel, and Tyrese is finally figuring it out and makes me really pumped. I'm glad. That pumped is the wrong word. It makes me happy for Tyrese because I really like Halliburton. 18 and 8.5 so far this season, and that number is only going to keep going up. Halliburton had a big game in their win in Chicago, and again, Tyrese is only going to climb back to all-star form. And I saw a tweet today, and again, we'll go over this a little bit in tomorrow's episode or video. What is the Eastern Conference all-star team going to look like? Because, Embiid's probably not going to be on the team because he's been injured, right? Franz Wagner now hurt. Paolo Banchero hurt. I saw someone joke around the Eastern Conference reserves are going to be like RJ Barrett. That was only, I'm going to be honest, that's the only name I remembered. But it's like a bunch of joke names. But low-key, RJ Barrett's probably going to be an all-star this year. I don't know. But Tyrese Halliburton, again, for as bad as the season he's having, Tyrese is probably going to find his way back to the all-star game, which is great. We're happy for Tyrese. And we're happy for the Pacers because they're going to blow out the Hornets. And again, this team needs to start putting together some victories. And this is where it starts. Again, we've been saying it for a while. Now, this is where it starts, okay? Hear me out. Charlotte, Philly, New Orleans, in Phoenix with no Kevin Durant, no Yusuf Nurkic. Get it done. Win 4 games in a row. And then in Sacramento, get it done. And then maybe I'll consider going to the Warriors game on the 23rd. Get it done. Let's go. I probably will go to the Warriors game on the 23rd. I miss not being in Indiana to watch Tyrese Halliburton. Minus 11.5. Give me the Pacers. Let's go. Next up. The Atlanta Hawks are the best team in the NBA right now. That's a joke, but not really at the same time. It's actually crazy what they're doing right now. Shout out to Trae Young, right? Game-winning 3 against the Lakers the other night. First time all season we have picked against the Los Angeles Lakers, and Trae Young made me, not, mad that I didn't pick the Lakers. Okay, sure, they didn't cover or whatever. The Hawks won the basketball game, okay? Atlanta is now on a 6-game winning streak against some really good teams. Cleveland, New Orleans, Charlotte, Bucks, Lakers. Regardless of what you think of the Bucks and the Lakers right now, those teams have star power, and those teams will be around come the postseason. Regardless of what seed they are, they will be around. Atlanta's beating great teams right now. And Trae Young's game against the Lakers was the best game he's played all season long. Why? Because the guy put up 31 points and 20 assists. Trae Young should be a starter in the All-Star game this year. He's not, because he's the most disrespected superstar in the league, so he will be a reserve. But that's how good Trae Young is. Look where he's got the Hawks right now. 13 and 11. They're currently the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. And then, what about the Nuggets? A team that the Wizards had lost 16 games in a row. And the Nuggets go into DC and lose that basketball game. The Wizards don't have competitive basketball games. When they lose, which is every night, they get blown out. And the Nuggets lost the game by 9 points. Fun fact, these are the two teams that have actually lost the Washington Wizards all year. Because, yeah, the Hawks lost twice early in the year to Washington, and here come the Denver Nuggets. Guys, Nikola Jokic's 56 points in the triple-double is not enough to win the basketball game. It's a problem. When Jokic is doing all of that and you still can't win. I know, again, no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon, so Russ was forced in the starting lineup. But, man, I mean, how do you not win that basketball game? You're playing the Wizards. Julian Strawther is an absolute monster. I mean, can he start? I get he's the only guy actually producing off the bench, but he played 33 minutes and 18 points. Julian Strawther's a dog, man. He is an absolute monster off the bench. He needs, well, he already plays 33 minutes, so, I don't even know what to say. He plays enough. Just, this Denver team's not that good this year. It's that simple. They're not good. They'll beat the Lakers because that's what they do. But 11-10, I'm not really sold. You're coming off losing to the Wizards last night. You got the injuries. The Hawks are definitely winning this basketball game. The way Atlanta's playing right now, man, the streak they are on, and my goodness, what a game does it set up for on Wednesday night? Hawks Knicks in the Garden. Crazy. Hawks Knicks in the Garden in the in-season tournament. There has never been an in-season tournament game as hyped up as that one, regardless of what happens tonight, because still it's an in-season tournament game. But if the Hawks are on a 7-game winning streak going into that game on the road in New York, oh my goodness. In the Mecca, wow. Give me Atlanta. They're beating the Nuggets here. Just Jokic can't save this team right now. There's just too many things wrong. Atlanta -3.5. We'll see you Wednesday for the game of the year. Next up, we go to the LeBron James Bowl. I mean, the Miami Heat versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. We like the Cavaliers to go on the road here and beat Miami and cover the 3.5 points. Miami's not bad, but this is more just, Miami played yesterday, we're taking the Cavs. And I get what you're thinking, the Cavs played yesterday too. Well, they played the Hornets, so it doesn't really count. And Evan Mobley, shout out, man. 41 points for Evan Mobley against the Charlotte Hornets. I get the Hornets, had no one to stop him, but great. Cleveland's 21-3 this season. Miami's 11-10. Miami, though, had to play a grueling game Saturday night against the Phoenix Suns. Cleveland played in the morning. Miami's won back-to-back at home against the Lakers and the Suns, but now they get Cleveland in this basketball game. I just think the Cavaliers are the better team. Again, when you got a guy like Evan Mobley dropping 41 points randomly, that's huge because, again, it allows for Donovan has his huge nights, obviously. Garland will have his big nights, and now we can start saying Evan Mobley might start having his big nights as well. I mean, 41-10 is an absolutely, it's a monster line for the guy. Miami's not bad, but I don't know. The Heat don't blow me away. I've been saying it all year, and I know, again, I picked them to beat the Suns yesterday, but that was more the Suns are injured, no Nurkic, no Durant. I don't know. Miami's just a weird team. They just are. I know they're good, and I know they're going to be in the playoffs, but do I expect much out of them in this matchup? No. Cleveland's just a better all-around squad, and they should be able to boat race them here. I get the games in South Beach. Not like it matters, though, because literally no crowd comes out to these games. So it's going to be Cleveland to take care of business in Miami. I like the Cavs a lot more than I like the Heat. I would expect a big night out of Donovan Mitchell, especially if he's matched up against Tyler Hero. I think, again, give me the Cavs to win this basketball game. They'll cover the 3.5 points as well. Next up, we go to Orlando, Florida. It is so unfortunate what is going on right now in Orlando. It is sad, man. Because the Magic are a good and fun up-and-coming team. And how does Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero get sidelined with the same injury? Torn obliques for both of them. It sucks. I mean, Banchero got injured a month ago, and we don't even have a timeline yet. And now Wagner is on that same path. So, a legitimate question. You're going to laugh. But an actual question is, now can Jalen Suggs be the guy to step up and take over the role that Franz Wagner took over for Paolo Banchero? Because seriously, that's the next man up mindset. So again, Jalen Suggs just got paid all that money. Legitimately, is Jalen Suggs going to step up and be that guy? He has to be. Who's going to be that, that number one scorer for this team? It has to be Jalen Suggs. They paid him all that money. He's the third man in this big three, I guess, if you want to say it, with Franz and Paolo. Let's go. I'm serious. This is Jalen Suggs' team now. Let's see what he can do. I'm taking the Magic to win this game, partially because the Suns, I feel like, are really dysfunctional without their star players. They just played last night, lost in Florida. Nurkic and Durant are valuable players, number 1 and 3 for Phoenix. D-Book's 2. Beal is definitely 4. They're forcing Mason Plumlee in the starting lineup. I do actually like the matchup for Mo Wagner against Mason Plumlee. Again, we will see what Jalen Suggs does, though, because this is seriously his squad now. Which, it is really unfortunate. This is what it comes down to for Orlando. They're 16-9 in the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. And now they're playing without their 2-star players, their 2 All-Stars. Let's see if they can get it done. I think they will, again, just because of the way Phoenix has been playing, the injuries they have, and yes, Orlando's got injuries too. But I do think Jalen Suggs is able to have a big night tonight. This is where they need him the most, and expect Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to see a high increase in shots taken as well. They're going to need it. Without Wagner, they are in trouble. I think they'll get it done, but again, Franz Wagner was the rock of this team, to the point where you're saying, hell, I think Franz Wagner is a better number 1 for this team than Banchero is. I still kind of think that, the way they've been playing with Franz. Obviously, the highlight of that's the big shot that he hit in LA to win the game. I don't know. We'll see. I think Jalen Suggs can kind of get it done. Anthony Black's going to be a big help off the bench too. Let's get it done, Orlando. At home against the Suns, we like them to win. We like them to cover the 1.5. Let's go. We're taking the Magic. Next up, we go on it to Washington. I don't care that the Wizards win 1 basketball game and play 1 competitive basketball game until they're able to string those together. I'm still not taking the Wizards, regardless of who they play. So we're taking the Grizzlies. Now, John Morant's no dunking, little thing lasted a whole 2 quarters. That's great. I mean, we knew he wasn't serious, obviously. I mean, he had that one, fast break where he said, actually, I'm just going to lay it up. And then obviously later in the game, he did the double clutch reverse, which was cool. Memphis is a good team. We told you yesterday they were going to go into Boston and win. Who said that? I said it was the perfect spot for the Memphis Grizzlies. Boston coming off a hard-fought back-to-back, and the Memphis Grizzlies are playing lights out this season. Who's going to win that basketball game? Right on the button. The Memphis Grizzlies. I hate to say it, but I told you so. I absolutely told you so. Memphis has now won 8 out of their last 9 basketball games. That's big time. No, 9 out of their last 10, that's big time. That's big time. They go into Washington. There's no question if they win it. The question is, do they cover the 11.5 points? The answer is yes. I understand Memphis is coming off the second half of a back-to-back, but you know what? Washington is too. They put everything they had into winning that game over the Nuggets. They are still very injured, and now, again, the injuries they've already had. Brogdon, Kuzma, Keyshawn George, Corey Kispert. You now add Alex Sarr to that as well. 5 of their guys in their rotation are out. I get Valanciunas did not play horribly at all. Probably the biggest game of his season last night. But all these injuries are going to add up. Second half of the back-to-back, you put all of your effort into taking down Jokic and the Nuggets, and now, you got to deal with this Grizzlies team. Well, you got to deal with Ja. You got to deal with Jaren Jackson. You got to deal with Desmond Bane. That's just brutal. It's brutal. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies to go into Washington, take care of business, and cover the 11.5 points against the Washington Wizards. Next up, we go on to San Antonio, Texas. We've got the San Antonio Spurs hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. We are taking the San Antonio Spurs to cover the 4.5 points. I get it. They haven't won in a while. They haven't won. I get it. But again, OKC's coming off New Orleans coming off that loss to OKC last night. And now, again, the injury woes continue to haunt the New Orleans Pelicans because Brandon Ingram left the game. Regardless of if it's all that serious or not, he's not playing the day after that happens. He's not. Ingram's not playing tonight. So again, we go back to our little thing. No Zion, no Brandon Ingram. This team's not winning basketball games, nor are they covering with CJ McCollum and DeJounte Murray. It's not happening. It's just not. And again, Alvarado's still out off the bench. Jordan Hawkins, too, is still out. Daniel Theis, for the limited role that he had on this team. He had a role in this team, but he's out as well. They're still playing with somewhat of a G League team. I get it. The Spurs, again, are coming off 3 straight losses. But Victor Wembanyama should be back for this basketball game, and that just changes the entire dynamic. Again, they lost those 3 games without Victor Wembanyama. Wemby returns. We know how bad the Pelicans are this season, and we know how good the Spurs are this year with their leader and with their best player, obviously, in Wembanyama. So what's going to happen here? The Spurs are going to win. I get it again. They lost to Phoenix, they lost to Chicago, lost to Sacramento. I did say they were going to win every single one of those games. So that's my fault. But still, give me San Antonio to win the basketball game. I think they beat the Pelicans. I think they cover the 3.5 points too, especially 4.5, especially with the BI injury. Ingram being out really hurts New Orleans as well. For as bad as they are originally without Brandon Ingram, they're even worse. So give me San Antonio to win the basketball game and give me them to cover the 4.5 points as well. Next up, not that yet. We go to Golden State. We go to San Francisco, California. We've got the Golden State Warriors taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I just saw this game. I just saw it in the Timberwolves won. Same location. We just saw Minnesota win this game. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and it's going to be 5. Draymond's on the bench now. I don't mind it because there's, everyone loves the cum bucket. Jonathan Kuminga. That's okay. It's fine. But we literally just saw this game, and what happened? The Timberwolves won. The Timberwolves are playing their best basketball this season, and the Warriors right now are playing their worst basketball of the season. I know what you're thinking. Oh, they beat the Rockets. Well, the Rockets suck. Okay? The Rockets are not good. They are finally going to regress like I've been calling for all season long. And trust me, that's the next game. I will say my spiel about the Houston Rockets. But they are going to fall off a cliff, just like the Warriors are falling off a cliff right now, too. The Warriors started the year 12-3. They're now 13-9. I've been saying it all year long. The Warriors are not really what we think they are. They just had a hot start. They will continue to fall off a cliff. And of course, they have to play the Rockets on Wednesday. It's an in-season tournament game. We'll see. We'll see. I might be forced to take the Rockets there. I might be forced to take the Rockets. Just because it's in Houston, I'll probably take the Rockets. But still, I'm telling you, the Rockets and Warriors is not sustainable. These teams are not going to actually make playoff pushes. They'll probably be in the playoffs, but they're not going to be in the seeds that they're at right now. The Warriors and Rockets are play-in teams. They're not playoff teams yet. Okay? There's only so much Curry can do with this team. Yeah, Kuminga's looking great right now. Yeah, Podziemski's looking all right. That's not going to stay the entire season. Trust me. They're just having good games right now. Okay? Minnesota, they, again, were a team that started cold, but now they're playing their best ball. 4-game winning streak. Lakers, Clippers, Warriors. They're playing their best basketball. Anthony Edwards had a huge game against the Warriors, and that felt like the best Ant that we've not ever gotten. But that feels like, because I was gonna say prime, but obviously again that's not the right saying. It feels like vintage Ant. No, but that's weird for a guy who's still actively in his prime. That just feels like the best version of Anthony Edwards. Knocking down shots in guys' faces and telling the crowd to go home after. Now you play in that same exact spot. It's going to happen again. It's going to. Gobert's dominant, obviously. Not dominant, but Gobert's good, obviously, the center position for this team. Julius Randle's settling into this role. And Anthony Edwards, again, is an elite player in this league. There's no denying that. The guy's averaging, 26.5 points a game? He's an elite player in the game right now. And we just saw this Timberwolves team beat the Warriors 2 nights ago. So what's going to happen when they play again? Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves to beat the Golden State Warriors. They will win the game as underdogs. Again, we get the team that just won a couple nights ago. We get them as dogs now, plus 1.5 Minnesota. Let's take the money line as well, plus 100. Give me the Timberwolves to beat the Warriors, who are regressing currently right now in the Western Conference. Next up, we go on to the Los Angeles Clippers at home against the Houston Rockets. Now, I'm upset with both of these teams, okay? I'll make it very clear. I'm upset with both of these squads. I'm upset with the Clippers because their last performance the other night against the Minnesota Timberwolves was absolutely awful. Because no, that wasn't just, the T-Wolves are playing great. That was just, the T-Wolves did what they needed to do, but they won the game by 50 points. That was just an embarrassing performance by the Los Angeles Clippers. They could not hit a shot to save their lives that game. And of course, it's the one game I actually bet on the Clippers. So, we talk about their voodoo magic all the time. I'll bet against the Clippers and they'll win, right? So I'll lose money. But the one time I say, you know what? I'm going to actually put some American currency on the Los Angeles Clippers. They get blown out and are never in the game. It's weird. But you know what the difference is for this game against the Houston Rockets? Norman Powell. He is the guy who leads the dark magic, the devil magic for the Los Angeles Clippers. Because look at the season he's having. Good for Norman Powell, averaging 24 points. James Harden averaging 22. Don't know how it happened, but Norman Powell refused to miss his shots. Okay? And the Rockets are not good. This confusing narrative here with the Houston Rockets, it will end eventually because they're just not a good team. Jalen Green is inconsistent. He's not good. Okay? Alfred Sengun is good. I'll give you that. Sengun's great. Fred VanVleet, inconsistent. Dylan Brooks, and actually, you know what you're going to get at Dylan Brooks, so I'm not going to call him inconsistent. Not reliable, though. Can't rely on him to win basketball games. Amen Thompson, inconsistent. Jabari Smith, When your leading scorer is Jalen Green, this is not a top 5 team in the Western Conference. Record-wise, yeah, they are right now. It's not sustainable. It's not. Guys, when your star player, Jalen Green, your leading scorer, Jalen Green, will have nights where he scores 45 and the other nights where he scores 8 points, what are we doing? I'm serious. I don't understand Jalen Green as a basketball player. I don't. The Clippers are winning this basketball game because the Rockets are too inconsistent, and the Clippers will be able to shoot lights out. The Clippers will not have 2 games where they are unable to shoot. Trust me, Steve Ballmer's got something cooking at the Intuit Dome, and he's not going to allow that to happen. So give me the Clippers. Norman Powell's back, and that changes the dynamic of this Clippers team. Give me the Clippers at home in the Intuit Dome to beat the Houston Rockets, and the Rockets are going to start to fall off a cliff. But the problem is we get them in the Warriors next, so probably gonna have to take the Rockets. We'll see. Yeah, because I think I trust the Rockets right now more than I do the Warriors. I know the Warriors just beat them. Oh, but they've lost 20 in a row against the Warriors. Oh, no, we're probably gonna have to take Golden State. Oh my goodness. We'll get to that on Wednesday. Next up, Sacramento, California. I don't care. I still don't like the Kings this year. I don't. Give me Utah plus 12.5. We're taking the Kings to win because this is too big of a margin to not pick the Kings here. But we are taking the Jazz to cover. Guys, Walker Kessler, if you were not paying attention, had a career night in that game in Portland. The Trailblazers, worst team in the NBA. Worst team in the NBA. They are this close to replacing the Pelicans in the ban list, okay? Horrible. Walker Kessler had a career night. 13 points, 17 boards, 5 blocks. Should have had 6. Should have had 6. Watch the game. They didn't credit him with 1 block that he definitely should have got, and I believe it was the 3rd quarter. Should have had 6 blocks, 2 assists, who cares? But no, Walker Kessler had a career night. I mean, it was crazy. He was everywhere in that court. Walker Kessler was a dog, all right? The Utah Jazz, I don't know if they're figuring it out, but they played that well against the Trailblazers without Lauri Markkanen. They couldn't miss a shot from beyond the arc. They were shooting 50% from three-point land, over 50% from three-point land at halftime. They win the game by 42 points against the Portland Trailblazers. Now, maybe it's because the Trailblazers suck, but part of that is because the Jazz and their ability to play. Don't be surprised, guys, if they win as plus 500 dogs here against the Kings. I'm not going to officially pick that, but I'm telling you, if you got the money to spend on it, sprinkle something on the Jazz to win the game plus 500. I like the plus 12.5, but trust me, the way how inconsistent and bipolar the Kings are this season, plus 500 is not a horrible bet on the Jazz. The Kings lose at home all the time. Lost the Spurs at home. The Nets, they were big favorites. They lost at home. Hawks, they were big favorites. Lost at home. Last time we played the Jazz in Sacramento, it took 49 points out of De'Aaron Fox. And sure, they won the game by 4 points, but it took that many points out of De'Aaron for them to win it. Trust me, Utah's got a very reasonable shot to win this basketball game. On top of that, Lauri Markkanen might come back too. Sacramento's weird. I'm just saying. I am taking the Kings to win, but don't be surprised if Utah takes it. You know what? No, we'll switch the prediction. I don't care. No. Screw minus 800. No, the official pick is Jazz plus 500. Yes, we're taking Utah to get back-to-back victories to pick up their 6th win of the season. The Kings are too inconsistent for me, and I just watched the Jazz play almost a perfect game in Portland at the Moda Center. I don't care. We're taking the Jazz plus 500. Okay? And if this wins, we're going to replay it tomorrow, and I'm going to look like a genius. Plus 500 Utah Jazz, I'm telling you. Plus they get Markkanen back. Ball game. Utah Jazz going to Sacramento and win this game. The Kings are too unreliable. Next up, we go to our final game. I don't want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. I got really excited. Oh, I'm talking about the Utah Jazz. Great. Plus 500 dogs. I'm really excited about Utah. Just watch them dominate the Portland Trailblazers. And now I have to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll beat the Trailblazers because the Trailblazers suck. But if they don't cover this line against the Portland Trailblazers, as a fan, I just want to see them win. As a degenerate sports gambler, I want to see them cover the 8.5 points. But I don't know, man. I don't know. They haven't covered this line since November 27th. Just be honest. It was the win on the road in San Antonio. They haven't covered this line at home since November 10th. or they beat the Toronto Raptors. Now, they haven't played the absolutely horrid Portland Trailblazers, so there's that. They'll beat Portland because Portland's horrible. Kamara's probably not playing. He left the game early against Utah. I doubt he plays. They ruled him out fairly quickly, too. I mean, the Trailblazers sideline reporter, I mean, literally, Kamara went out, and then, 3 minutes later, they said, oh, yeah, he's not coming back on the court. Scoot's still out. Robert Williams is out. Donovan Clingan is out. Their bench unit's so bad right now. They're forcing Dupreeh to play big minutes, which, I shout out to Dupreeh for trying his best, but Chauncey Billups benched DeAndre Ayton. I don't know what's going on there. I assume Ayton's gonna have to get traded. Chauncey, I believe, said it was an attitude thing. I don't know, but as soon as I say that, watch, DeAndre Ayton's gonna play 35 minutes tonight and drop 30 points. That's just how it works against Los Angeles. I'm imploring the Los Angeles Lakers, just blow this team out, please. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, they're 12-11. I believe they had a better record this time last season. They're the 10th seed right now in the Western Conference, which is a gauntlet, I understand, but still, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You have LeBron James on your team, who is not washed by any stretch of the imagination. The guy put up 39, 10, 11. This is supposed to be his career worst year. He put up 39, 10, 11, and they lost the Hawks. I get it. He got the game-winning shot and he missed it, but it was a horrible shot. But still, what else does he need to do? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And people are trying to tell me this guy's still not a top 10 player in the NBA. What, because he had 2 bad games? Back at home, LeBron's putting up 35 points tonight. Okay? LeBron's putting up 35. They're pissed off. They're angry. And what the Lakers usually do when they're pissed off and angry after losing a bunch of big games, this is how they tie you back in. This is how they reel you back in. And trust me, because I've been on this roller coaster a million times with the Los Angeles Lakers. You lose 3 games to teams that you hope you can beat, and then they get a crappy team at home, like the Blazers. I remember they had the Hornets at home last year on Christmas time, and they reel you back in with their big win over the Hornets. They're going to do it again with the Trailblazers, a team that they blew out last year. They blew them out by 25 points last time they played them in Los Angeles. But that's how they reel you back in, right? They look like crap. They lose. They get blown out against Miami. They get blown out against Minnesota. They almost beat the Hawks, but LeBron puts up a triple-double and 40 points, and they still lose. That's how they reel you back in. They blow out the Trailblazers. Oh my goodness, we have hope. LeBron puts up 35 points, and then Friday they're going to go to Minnesota, and they're going to get smacked. The Lakers beat the Blazers. They'll cover the 8.5 points. Folks, that'll do it for our NBA predictions here on December 8th. I'm just excited I don't have to talk about the Lakers till next Friday. So, we'll be much more enthusiastic until Friday, and then we gotta talk about this team again if they lose to the Portland Trailblazers. I don't know. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you like it and enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you disagree with any of the picks. Make sure to join the giveaway on Instagram by just following Greedo Plays YT. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.